Real quick, guys. Uh, I've got a website now. So if you look up car audio enthusiast with an S at the end.com, you'll find my website, and it's basically a collection of all my affiliate links and links to some tools that I picked out on Amazon, including my Amazon link. You guys head over there and check that out. Anything that you go on, anywhere you go there is going to help me out, and all the coupon codes are listed over there as well. It's a good go-to spot, so if you don't know where to find it in the video, just go to the website. Anyway, check this out. Alright guys, we got kind of a temporary thing going on. I got to get an extension wire for this. And I got to permanently wire this power wire in. Right now it's just running down to the plug down there. But, turn the key on. And you get your Seicane logo. And then there's the backup camera. That's the reverse. That's what's behind me. So it automatically fires up and turns to that camera. And I can switch it to the front camera, or I can switch it to both cameras if I can get my finger to do the thing. There's both cameras, and there's the backup camera. So it automatically comes on. And I just punishment tested it. And although in the video it looks like it's sitting totally still, it's actually vibrating at 30 frames per second. So it literally is vibrating at the same frame rate as the camera is recording. So it's sitting still, but nonetheless it does vibrate a lot, but it doesn't fall off. Now when I mounted this, I did not use the tape that was on the bottom. I used my favorite tape, my favorite double-sided tape ever, and that's this 3M stuff. It looks like this, or Scotch brand stuff that looks like this. Look for this stuff. This is really awesome stuff. But it is very stuck. I don't have any screws in here. It's just stuck down with double-sided tape, and it's solid. So there's that. So when I got this thing, I made my initial video, and it was a used product that had been returned. It had a problem, and it still does. The output that goes from the audio on this thing to the stereo, it's got some kind of weird ground problem going on. Something is broken, so it was accidentally sent to me as a return. So we should be able to get this to play now. Now, the company Seicane was going to send me a product to review, which is what they did, but when they shipped it out to me, they accidentally shipped me a return item. And I contacted them about it, and I did do a review on it, what I got, which had some problems. And I contacted them, and they were going to send me another one. No problem. Immediately. A brand new one. And I said, don't worry about that. Just send me a different product to check out, which I did. And that is the rear view mirror style of this that mounts on your mirror. So for testing purposes, I've had this thing mounted up here on the old rear view mirror for a bit now. I'm gonna turn it on, and you guys see what happens when you fire it up. So that's how long it takes to come on. And
it always starts back on the home screen, unless it's connecting to Android Auto. So once you get that, you hit that, and it pulls up by default the front camera and the rear camera, which that's the front camera, and then you can move it up and down like this. Same thing with the rear camera, which is not going to show up. I'm going to cover a couple of things. There we go. So there's the rear camera, and that back area where that camera is very dark, so it doesn't show up as well. But believe me, when it's out on the street, it shows up really nicely. So, and it's really heavily shaded back there, and then the sun's glaring on the back of the Tahoe, so you can't really see much, but it does show up well. Now, and I've also still got the screen protector on here. I want to show you that. So this is a screen protector, and the reason it's on there is because it eliminates that shine. I left it on there to keep that reflectiveness from showing up. So the wire connects up here. This Type-C plug is not entirely stable. It's kind of loose. Now you notice it doesn't really cause an issue. Up there it goes. You see that? It just went off. And it's still plugged in, right? And it's come back on. So it's not, there's the Type-C plug is a little weak. And we're back to this screen again. And when the bass, when you get the bass going on, this will disconnect, and so it doesn't like bass. And then this plug here, as long as it's plugged all the way in, this is the camera plug. As long as it's plugged all the way in, it's fine. But this cord, this Type-C plug is, let's see if I can make it do it again. Just, it's plugged all the way in right now, right? Everything's fine, but just moving it around will cause it to disconnect.
And I did a review on that one. But what I found is this unit, although it has that one problem, still functions as a camera setup. And the Android Auto and all that stuff works too. The only thing that has an issue is the physical cable that comes out of the thing and goes to your stereo, to your aux plug-in to allow it to play through your stereo. It does have an FM output also, but I don't have an FM system to use that with, so I can't really use it in that way, but I wasn't planning on using it in that way. And the Android Auto setup on it worked really well, actually, using the internal speakers that are in the device. It immediately recognized my phone. As soon as I turned the key on, it fired up. It pulled up Android Auto right off the bat, put my current stuff off my phone straight on the screen. It worked every single time, and it worked. I had to literally, to stop it from doing that, I had to literally disconnect and tell it to forget the Bluetooth connection to my phone, because it did it every single time without fail. And it would also start playing the music where I left off and everything, pull the map up, the whole thing. That worked really good, and I was impressed with that. I don't need that functionality, but it worked. So if you're looking for that kind of a thing, if you're wanting to be able to use your Android phone or your Apple phone, because it does both, and connect to your factory stereo system, and you've got an aux plug, or you've got the ability to receive FM stations on your stereo, this thing will connect your phone to your factory stereo with it in the middle. Now, I don't know how good the adhesive on the bottom of it that it comes with is, because when I got it, it had already been used, like I said, and had been stuck down a couple of times, and there wasn't really any adhesion. But that Scotch brand stuff that I showed you, I put a strip in the back and a strip in the front, and that thing is stuck like welded to my dash, literally welded there. It does not have any problems. So when you get it, just go ahead and order some of that Scotch brand 3M, Scotch brand double-sided tape, just in case. And if you go ahead and put that on there, if the other ain't working, that wheel. Now, having said that, I have been punishing it for a couple of days with a whole lot of low frequency bass. So if you're a normal human being and you mount this to your dash, it's going to stay there. Period. I've been basically, what I do is the equivalent of an earthquake in the vehicle on a constant basis. So if it's staying there and it's still functioning with all that going on, yeah. If you're a bass head, this is probably an extremely good way to get a rear view camera or a rear view mirror in your vehicle. If you are driving around with a wall like I have, or you've just got, whatever is blocking that back window, which is always something, or you just want a better view out the back, or your rear view mirror is not, attached anymore, or it's just hanging there going, I wish I was somewhere else. This little device, it's a thing. But what I'll tell you, if you're a bass head and you've got a lot of stuff going on in the back, the wire for that rear view camera, it's not really long enough for a big SUV. So go ahead and order a 4-pin, 4-stripe, 2.5 millimeter extension cable. You need something that's at least 4 or 5 feet. Order that when you order the device, and that will allow you to connect the distance you need to work around the box, the install, whatever you've got going on back there. My camera is mounted right here, right there. So if I open up the back gate, you can see the camera. I have a piece of the tent removed. It will actually work through the tent pretty good, but I went ahead and removed this little square of tent, so I had a completely clear shot through there. And can't see it. It's hidden. It's invisible. And it does its job. Now this is the unit that's in there. This guy right here. So you want to see that code there. It's hard to find things on the Amazon when it comes to this kind of stuff. So you're looking for this and this. And that's really the only indicators you get, plus that barcode. I do have an affiliate link for Amazon. If you guys wouldn't mind, go down in the description below and click that Amazon link down there to get here, and that way I get a little bit of a commission off of everything you buy on Amazon. Helps me out a lot and doesn't cost you anything. So yeah, there's another number right there. That'll get you enough link. It's almost long enough on me. I only need a couple of feet and I would be fine. And I'm having to go under my wall. So I'm coming in from up here and going over to the side, and then going down, and then going under my wall, and then coming back up to that trim above the driver's side rear door, and running down that trim. And when I get to the window, it's just a little bit too tight to be able to tuck in there and be out of sight. So just a few extra feet will be all I needed. Now, if you're not running a wall, you can probably just fine. But you might want to order that extension cable anyway, just so you'll have it in case you need it. It sucks to not have it and need it, and you can get them for like $5 or $6 on Amazon. Again, if you're going to do any shopping on Amazon, if you don't mind, use my Amazon affiliate link down there. I get a little kickback for everything that you buy on Amazon. That's cool, right? And it don't cost you anything to do that. It helps my relationship with them too.